A common mistake my students make is confusing when to say tu and when to say toi. So we're going to have a look at that together. My students and I tend to call each other tu, the informal you. And when I ask them often ça va, they will want to reply ça va and then ask back how are you. And often one of the mistakes they make is they will say ça va et tu. And every time I say to them, no, it's not tu, it's toi, ça va et toi. And today I'm going to explain why sometimes you say tu to mean you and why sometimes you say toi to mean you. So tu, just a quick reminder, is the way to say you if it is informal and singular. So it would be used if you're talking to one friend. As soon as there's more than one, as soon as it's plural, you can't use tu anymore. So one friend or one person that you are being informal with. Children, you use tu with, again, just one of them. And if you're talking to your dog or your cat, for example, you would use the word tu as well to say you. You are a good boy, whatever it might be, tu. So, when do we use tu then? Well, tu is the one that we use to mean you when they're doing an action. So it's followed by a verb. So you will always see tu plus then a verb. You won't ever see a sentence ending in tu. There has to be some sort of action word that goes with it. So here's some examples of it. Tu parles français. Tu parles français. You speak French. There's my parle, which is the verb, it's the action. Tu veux un café? Do you want a coffee? Tu veux, do you want? There's my action, there's my verb, want. Tu veux un café? Tu es en vacances. You are on holiday. Tu es en vacances. So here's our verb, est. Sometimes we can forget that a verb is an action, but it's also words like is and are and have and want. It's not necessarily something that you can see happening. It can be a sort of a state of being as well. So you are on holiday. Watch out, one little thing to be careful of is that sometimes in the question form, the tu and the verb can be inversed. So in English we do it sometimes with saying things like can you, but in French they do it with all of their questions. They can switch around the verb and the tu to turn it into a question form. It's not used as much in spoken French anymore. You still see it quite a lot in written French, and sometimes you hear it in spoken French, but it's just something to be aware of, that if you're looking for a verb coming straight after tu, watch out, because sometimes it might come before if it's a question. So then toi. When do we use toi? Well, we use toi after prepositions, and you might say, well, what's a preposition? Well, prepositions are words like and, or for, or with, and they just give a bit more information about what you're doing something to, for, with, whatever. So here are some of our prepositions, and what we would follow our prepositions with is toi. So et means and, pour, for, avec, with, sans, without, à, to or about, it can mean at as well, and chez is at somebody's house, okay, at their place. So any of these prepositions here, and there are lots more prepositions too, you can just have a little look online, you'll see a big long list of prepositions if you Google that, will be followed with toi. So et, toi, and you. So this is why when you want to say back to somebody, I'm fine, thanks, and you, that's why we need et toi, because we've got the et, which means we have to use toi to follow it. Pour toi, j'ai un cadeau pour toi. I've got a present for you. Je viens avec toi. I'm coming with you. Je viens avec toi. Je veux pas faire ça sans toi. Je veux pas faire ça sans toi. I don't want to do that without you. Je pense à toi. I'm thinking about you. J'arrive chez toi. I'm on my way to your house. I'm arriving at your house. So all of these words are going to be finishing with toi, and it kind of it ends your sentence in a way. So and you, et toi, pour toi, avec toi. And then we can put a full stop or a question mark or a comma, but that's what we're using there. We can't use tu there because tu needs some sort of verb to carry on. There are a few other times that you use toi as well. So first of all, for emphasis, so they're called stressed pronouns here, and it's to stress the person you're talking about. In English, we do this with our tone of voice. So in English, I might say, if I wanted to say, you are really sporty, I would do it with my tone of voice. I go, no, you are really sporty. But in French, to stress that you are really sporty, you would put a toi first. So toi, tu es très sportif. Toi, tu es très sportif. And that just emphasises that you are the one that's really sporty. In short answers, you would use toi, moi. So, qui veut du gâteau? Who wants cake? Moi. Or toi aussi? You too. So just a short answer without any kind of verb in it. And the last one is in comparisons. So, je suis plus grand que toi. I am taller, more tall than you. Je suis plus grand que toi. And here we're finishing on the word toi. Again, that is what we've said before, that with tu you can't finish a sentence, but with toi you can. So, remember, tu is going to be always followed by a verb, some kind of action. And toi is often ending a sentence after a preposition with and you, for you, with you. What about vous? Well, vous is always vous. So if you're calling a person vous, remembering that vous is used for people that you don't know, perhaps you're popping into the baker's, or you're showing respect to, maybe it's the mayor, maybe you're meeting your neighbour for the first time, you would use vous. Or plural, remember, so more than one friend or more than one child, you'd use vous. So if I was asking ça va et vous to my new neighbour that I just met, I would use vous. Or if I was saying vous avez whatever bread I was asking the baker, I would say vous. So it doesn't matter whether I'm following it by a verb or whether I'm ending a sentence, vous is always vous. So that's quite handy. Okay, so let's look back on this tu or toi again, and remembering our little rule, tu is followed by a verb, toi is for a preposition, often ending a sentence. So let's have a look and see if we can work out what these should be, tu or toi. And all you need to do is just pause me if you want it to go a bit slower, because I'm going to just give you the answers quite quickly. So if you need a bit more time to think, that's no problem, just pause to be able to hear the answer when you're ready. Okay, so the first one, something veut un chocolat. Something want a chocolate. We've got the verb veut here, want, so it's got to be tu. Tu veux un chocolat. C'est pour It's for It's for you. So what are we going to say? C'est pour toi. We've got our preposition pour, and we're finishing our sentence on the word toi. Number 3, tu es très gentil. So here we've got you are very kind. So what are we going to say here? You are very kind. We're going to say toi, because this is an example of it being stressed here. You are very kind. We're really giving that stress. Toi, tu es très gentil. So here we've got je suis plus rapide que I am more fast than you, or I am faster than you. So we've got a comparison here. What needs to go on the end of comparison? It's the end of a sentence. Je suis plus rapide que toi is the right answer. Number 5. Habite en France. Habite en France. You live in France. Have we got an action? Have we got a verb? Yes, we do. Habite, so it's got to be tu. Tu habites en France. Number 6. Je parle avec I'm talking to I'm speaking with you. So what have we got here? Have we got a preposition? Yes, we do. Are we finishing a sentence? Yes, we are. Je parle avec toi. Est-ce que something a fini ton café? Is it that you have finished your coffee? So have you finished your coffee? It's just this est-ce que is a little question key. So what's going to come in here? Is there a verb following? Is it ending a sentence? What's our rule? Well, we've got this word here. This is have. Is have a verb? Yes, it is. It's an action. And therefore, it's got to be tu. Est-ce que tu as fini ton café? Number 8. Oui, Ça va bien, merci. Et, this is my example at the start. Yes, I'm well, thank you. And you? So, what are we doing here? We've got a preposition, et, and we're finishing our sentence. It's got to be et toi. And the last one, bit of a trick one here. Où habite? So here we've got where live you. What have we got going on here? It's a question format. It's one of those switched around question formats. So what's it going to be? We've got a verb here. It's got to be où habite tu. And remember, that's that little funny exception that when we've got the verb and the subject, the tu, switched around. Okay? Habite is still going with tu. It only looks like that because we've got the question, the inversion of the question. I hope that made sense to you and that might have answered a question that you may have had, and I will see you next week. Au revoir!